Hello, welcome to this lecture video. In this video, I am going to explain elastic properties of materials, relation between elastic constants, which comes under module 2 of engineering physics prescribed by VTU. So here I am going to explain the following points, that is expression for bulk modulus K in terms of alpha and beta, expression for rigidity modulus, relation between Y, N and K. So this is the point that I am going to discuss now. First, let us take up expression for bulk modulus K in terms of alpha and beta. So here you can look at a picture. So consider a cube of unit length, breadth and height. Let Tx, Ty and Tz be the outward stresses acting along the x, y and z directions. That's what you can look at in the picture. Let alpha be the elongation per unit length per unit stress along the direction of the force, and beta be the contraction per unit length per unit stress in a direction perpendicular to the respective forces. Then a stress like Tx produces an increase in length of alpha Tx in x direction, but since the outer two stresses, that is Ty and Tz, are perpendicular to x direction, they produce contraction, that is beta Ty and beta Tz respectively in the cube along x direction. Hence, a length which was unity along x direction now becomes 1 plus alpha Tx minus beta Ty minus beta Tz. So that's what you can look at in the next slide. So the new length is 1 plus alpha Tx minus beta Ty minus beta Tz along x direction. Similarly, along y and z directions, the respective lengths becomes 1 plus alpha Ty minus beta Tz minus beta Tx and 1 plus alpha Tz minus beta Tx minus beta Ty. So this is what the observations made. Then the final volume can be written as 1 plus alpha minus 2 beta into Tx plus Ty plus Tz. So that's what the final volume. So using Tx is equal to Ty is equal to Tz, if you consider that as T, the final volume can be written as 1 plus alpha minus 2 beta into 3T. Therefore, volume strain is equal to final volume minus initial volume, that is alpha minus 2 beta into 3T. Therefore, the bulk modulus K is equal to T by alpha minus 2 beta into 3T. So, the value of K is reduces to 1 by 3 into alpha minus 2 beta. Therefore, the bulk modulus K is equal to 1 by 3 into alpha minus 2 beta. Expression for rigidity modulus. Consider a cube of length L. The bottom face of the cube is fixed here, and a tangential force or tangential stress T is applied along top face. Under the action of tangential force, the cube gets deformed to A dash B dash CD, that you can see in the slide. The shear strain is equal to theta and is given by the ratio theta is equal to BB dash by BC, that is equal to L by capital L. If alpha is linear strain per unit stress and beta is the lateral strain per unit stress, the strain produced along the diagonal BD is equal to T into alpha plus beta. So finally it will be calculated as MB dash by BD. Finally MB dash is equal to BB dash cos BB dash M, that is equal to BB dash cos 45 degree. Since BB dash is equal to L and cos 45 degree is equal to 1 by root 2, so it will become L by root 2. Therefore, T into alpha plus beta can be written as theta by 2, or T by theta is equal to 1 by 2 into alpha plus beta, that is equal to N. Therefore, the rigidity modulus N is equal to 1 by 2 into alpha plus beta. Now, the relation between Y, N and K, that is Young's modulus, rigidity modulus and bulk modulus. We know that The bulk modulus k is equal to 1 by 3 into alpha minus 2 beta, that is equal to 1 by 3 into alpha is taken out here, so alpha into 1 minus 2 into beta by alpha, that is nothing but a sigma. Therefore k is equal to 1 by 3 alpha into 1 minus 2 sigma, where sigma is nothing but beta by alpha. Further, 1 by alpha is equal to Young's modulus, that's why k is equal to y by 3 into 1 minus 2 sigma. Therefore 1 minus 2 sigma is equal to y by 3k. Consider that as equation number 1. Further, n is equal to 1 by 2 into alpha plus beta, that is equal to 1 by 2 into 1 plus sigma, that is equal to y by 2 into 1 plus sigma. Therefore 2 plus 2 sigma is equal to y by n. So consider that as equation number 2. By considering 1 and 2 and rearranging the terms, we can get 3 by y is equal to 1 by 3k plus 1 by n. So this is the relationship between Young's modulus, rigidity modulus and bulk modulus. Calculate the force required to produce an extension of 1 millimeter in steel wire of length 2 meter and diameter 1 millimeter if Young's modulus for steel is y is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 11 Newton per meter square. So given data is delta L, that is extension produced, is equal to 1 mm, that is equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 meter, and length of the wire L is equal to 2 meter, and the radius R is equal to diameter by 2, that is equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 by 2 meters, and Young's modulus y is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of 11 Newton per meter square. So what is the force required to produce an extension of 1 mm in the steel wires? That is, we have to calculate what is F here. So we know the equation for Young's modulus y is equal to FL by A delta L, where A is area of cross section, that is nothing but pi r square. So F can be written as y delta L pi r square by L. So substitute the values in the formula, that is 2 into 10 to the power of 11 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into pi into 10 to the power of minus 3 by 2 whole square whole divided by 2. So on simplification, we are going to get the value for F is equal to 78.54 Newton. So this is what the solution for this problem. That means 78.54 Newton, that much force is required to produce an extension of 1 mm in steel wire of length 2 meter. The second problem is calculate the extension produced in a wire of length 2 meter and of radius 0.013 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter due to a force of 14.7 Newton applied along its length, given Young's modulus of the material of the wire, that is y is equal to 2.1 into 10 to the power of 11 Newton per meter square. So here the length of the wire L is equal to 2 meter, radius is 0.013 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter, and the Young's modulus of the material, that is y is equal to 2.1 into 10 to the power of 11 Newton per meter square, and the value of force is also be given, that is F is equal to 14.7 Newton, and what is the delta L? So how much extension is going to be produced if that much of force is applied? So we know the formula for y is equal to FL by A delta L, and the value of area of cross section A is equal to pi r square. So the extension produced delta L is equal to FL by pi r square, that is equal to 14.7 into 2 divided by 2.1 into 10 to the power of 11 into pi into 0.013 into 10 to the power of minus 3 whole square. So on simplification, the value of delta L is equal to 2.64 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. So this is what the value for delta L. That means 2.64 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter, that much of extension is going to happen in the wire of length 2 meter if the force, that is 14.7 Newton, is applied. The third problem is calculate the torque required to twist a wire of length 1.5 meter and of radius 0.0425 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter through an angle pi by 45 radian If the value of rigidity modulus of its material is 8.3 into 10 to the power of 10 Newton per meter square. So this is what the problem given. So as according to the problem, the given data is L is equal to 1.5 meter and R is equal to 0.0425 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter, and rigidity modulus N is equal to 8.3 into 10 to the power of 10 Newton per meter square, and the angle of twist theta is equal to pi by 45 radians. So what is torque produced, that is T is equal to how much? So we know the equation for torque. T is equal to C theta, where C is pi n r to the power of 4 by 2L. So that is what the couple per twist, and we get for T as pi n r to the power of 4 by 2L into theta. So substitute the values here, that is pi into 8.3 into 10 to the power of 11 into 0.0425 into 10 to the power of minus 2 whole to the power of 4 divided by 2 into 1.5, and multiply the entire thing with pi by 45, that is theta. So on simplification, the torque tau is given by 1.98 into 10 to the power of minus 4 Newton meter. So this is what the answer for the given problem.